Executive Director of the Aurora Women and Girls Foundation. I'd welcome you all to introduce yourselves in the chat so we can see where everybody's coming from to join today. We're so thrilled that you're here. I want to make sure and just say a special shout out to the Connecticut Career Fire Chiefs Association. They are new supporters this year, and I was thinking about them. I know that the firefighting community had a loss last night, and I know that we all thank them for the amazing work that they do every day. So this morning is all about men stepping up for women and girls. So I'm really pleased to welcome Stephen Hernandez, Executive Director of the Commission on Women, Children, Seniors, Equity, and Opportunity. It's a nonpartisan commission that focuses on increasing equity and opportunity for all of Connecticut. And he's gonna kick us off by sharing why he supports Aurora and invite you to join him.
Good morning, everyone, and congratulations on this amazing campaign kickoff. I'm new to the 100 Men campaign, and I'm pleased to join a host committee that has doubled in size this year and doubled down in purpose. For so long, men in positions of power and influence have been silently complicit in the face of gender inequality. As a sponsor to this that is primarily a public policy shop, we at the Commission know that the decisions we make must address the underrepresentation of women in all aspects of civic life. This is why this work matters to me. And this is why I'm so excited to pass the ball to Seth Greenberg, who's calling for more players from behind the ESPN desk.
When I'm offering commentary on a game behind the desk at ESPN, I understand the elements that make up a successful team. In my personal experience as a college basketball coach for 35 years, I understand the importance and the impact that a college degree has on an individual's life. That's why I'm supporting the 100 Men campaign for the Aurora Women and Girls Foundation, because I know I'm joining a team that's building educational and economic opportunity for women and girls in the greater Hartford area. Aurora has been an advocate for women and girls in the Hartford area for over 20 years. Aurora's data shows that college degrees can double women's earning potential, and for low-income, women of color, and first-generation college students, programs that help them graduate are routes to higher-paying jobs and careers. Aurora knows that what I learned from all my years on campus, all these women need is an opportunity and support, and they will succeed. Success for women and girls in Greater Hartford takes a team, and men need to step up to join that team. I'm proud to join the male community and business leaders across Greater Hartford in supporting the needs of women and girls. I hope that you'll join the Aurora 100 Men campaign and know that your commitment to women and girls in Greater Hartford will make a difference.
When Seth Greenberg says that Team Aurora needs your support, I have to admit, it's pretty cool. So it's my job this morning to offer you a full scouting report on Team Aurora to let you know the tremendous impact you can have when you join with other men to stand up for women and girls. But first, we'd like to offer a very special thank you to our visionary sponsor, Family First Life. We deeply appreciate your commitment to our community's women and girls. And we welcome Access Health Connecticut as a new gold sponsor. Thank you so much for your commitment to equitable health outcomes for women and communities. Aurora's grant making focuses on helping more women in Greater Hartford earn a college degree. As Coach Seth said, women with a bachelor's degree earn twice what women with only a GED are paid. Our Aurora-funded college success programs give women, especially low-income, women of color, and first-generation college students, the tools they need to navigate and pursue a higher education. We have identified best practices for these programs, including one-on-one counseling and advising, mentoring, and introducing women to role models, building self-advocacy skills, addressing basic needs like childcare and transportation, and now during the pandemic, help navigating online learning. As a result of this work, students are graduating and entering careers that pay a family-sustaining wage. They're buying their first house. They're starting college saving accounts for their kids. And we can see a way to break the cycle of poverty in Hartford. Aurora's research complements our grant making and goes even further to document the needs of women and girls and find effective solutions. In January, Aurora published Essential Equity: Women, COVID-19, and Rebuilding Connecticut. Since its publication, it has become increasingly clear that this data could be used to help not only women and girls, but all of Connecticut recover post-pandemic. So this is what women in Connecticut are facing. Women are contracting COVID-19 and dying from it at a higher rate than men. 54% of COVID cases were women. And of course, women of color are being impacted at disproportionate rates. Women are struggling to feed themselves and their families. There was a 300% increase in applications for the Food Assistance Program, SNAP. 49% of Connecticut's workforce is women, and half of those are essential workers. Effective economic recovery for our state is not possible if women are not included. As we look for recovery solutions that center the needs of women, and particularly women of color, we didn't need to look further than Aurora's college success programs. For the first time in Connecticut's history, women have outpaced men in unemployment claims. And 75% of women applying for unemployment in the pandemic did not have a college degree. Aurora's college success grantmaking shows how we can protect women from the kind of economic impact we're seeing with COVID-19 through education and job training, and put them on a path to economic security. So now comes the best part of today's program. I want to inspire you today with the voices of the women in our college success programs. In this video, you'll hear from women who took opportunities, did the hard work, and are headed to brighter futures. If their stories touch your heart, you can text a donation following the instructions on the bottom of the screen. You really couldn't back a better team. Thank you so much.
Before becoming a part of the WIT program, or the Women in Transition program, I struggled a lot with, one, whether I wanted to further my education, and two, who was paying for this.
I just said, oh, why do I give it a shot? So I'm so blessed, and I'm so thankful that I went to that orientation day and that I kept up with the program and that I graduated from it, because if I didn't, I do not know where I would be. I don't know where I would be.
During COVID, I did lose my grandmother, and we went from traditional learning to online learning. And I purposely waited to take a math class when I had time to be able to go in a classroom and do it, because it was a subject that I needed that extra time with. So out of all times for this to happen, to go to online learning was a struggle for me, to say the least. And I got laid off of my job, and I had a teenager that was also doing online as well. So to have someone reach out to me to see how I was doing academically, and for me to be able to share my struggles and my frustrations, and to have that support, to have that encouragement not to give up, is priceless.
having a network of women. I mean, nothing is more awesome than being surrounded by smart, amazing, funny, talented women all the time. And it really brought up my confidence. It really made me feel like I was part of a community that cared about issues that related to me personally.
With the help of the advisors through the Women in Transition program, I was not turned away. They were there to push me and remind me of why I even applied, remind me of my whys, so to speak.
Because of Launch Your Leadership Journey program, my future looks great, y'all. I have more confidence in speaking in public, and when people ask me to speak now, I no longer hesitate with excuses. I am not afraid of what people think of me any longer. I just step out and do my thing, y'all.
For me, the most rewarding part of the program is the one-on-one check-ins. These check-ins has helped me to prioritize and focus on attaining my goal. I can now confidently say because of this program, my future looks bright.
The part of Launch Your Leadership Journey program that was most helpful to me was getting your message heard, leading groups and teams, and leading with courageous leadership presence.
I would like to thank anybody that has funded this program in any type of way, any type of support, whether it's financially, with their time. I just can't say thank you enough. This has changed my life.
Thank you to all the donors and supporters of Aurora who helped fund the Launch Your Leadership Journey program. Without you, the positive and empowering change in my and other women's life would have not been possible.
I would like to personally thank the donors and supporters of Aurora who have helped fund the Launch Your Leadership Journey program. It really helped a lot of non-traditional students like myself achieve our dreams and our goals. Thank you again.
I want to give a huge thank you and a huge shout out to the supporters and donors of the Aurora Foundation who have helped to fund the LEAD program. We are so excited and happy that you guys see us and that you hear us and that you support what we're all about. Nothing makes me more excited than to know that LEAD has another chance to educate women on college campuses and to be able to motivate women across the University of Hartford to being the best version of themselves.
Hello, my name is Jennifer Pennoyer, and I'm a co-chair for this year's 100 Men's campaign and a member of Aurora's board of directors. I'm so glad you have the opportunity to hear from students in our Aurora-funded programs. I'm always so inspired by how hard they work to achieve their goals. We can't thank you enough for joining us today to make sure these ambitious students get the help they need. As a medical professional, I certainly understand how crucial teamwork is in optimizing outcomes. And as you're about to see, Aurora has an amazing group of committed individuals and organizations that have made it possible for our plans to come to fruition. Thank you to my co-chair, Lee Hoffman. Your hard work and dedication to Aurora's mission have made today's kickoff event a fabulous success. The 100 Men campaign would not be possible without our wonderful host committee. Thank you for filling so many screens today. It takes a village, and these men understand the importance of investing in women and girls and bettering our communities. Aurora's board of directors, thank you for your hands-on leadership and for all the ways that you support Aurora's vision. And we can't reach that $30,000 in community investments without the generosity of our corporate and community sponsors. Thank you to our silver sponsors. They are the Commission on Women, Children, Seniors, Equity, and Opportunity, Pullman and Comley, Penn Lincoln Strategies, Pennoyer Dermatology, Insurance Associations of Connecticut. Thank you to our bronze sponsors, Connecticut Career Fire Chiefs Association. And now it is my pleasure to introduce my co-chair, Lee Hoffman.
There we go. Tried to unmute myself, failed. All right. So hearing Steve Hernandez speak at the top of the hour, I was reminded of Pete Townsend, who after seeing Hendrix perform at Woodstock, said he never wanted to follow that guy anywhere. And I feel the same kind of pressure. But it's important now that we come to the part of the show where we're going to ask you to do something, a little interactive participation. I love Aurora for a whole lot of reasons, not the least of which when Jenny Stedman and Jennifer Pennoyer give you a run of show down to the minute and everything runs exactly on that minute. At 8:39, the student videos click, and at 8:43, Jennifer's video comes on. You know this is a well-run organization. And you know it's a well-run organization if for no other reason than you take a look at the studies that Aurora does and you see how they take the data, identify the problem, and then take the funding that's necessary in order to address that problem. And we saw that with the educational opportunities and with Shayna, Isabel, and Claudia's stories. You can see how that money has real impact. And now you take a look at the Essential Equity Report, and you see how COVID has impacted women disproportionately in our community, and how if we lift them up, we're going to lift up the entire economy, and it's going to be great for Connecticut. But we can't do that without support from people like you. And so this is the part where we've got to be a little interactive and we've got to give. So as Seth Greenberg said in his promo, it's time to step up. And the way that we can all step up, if you haven't donated already, either by sending in a check or by donating online, both of which are still available, we're doing fantastic. We're more than halfway to our goal, and we've got 100 days to do it. And this is only day one, and we've already got more than half in, but we can always use more. And so during the videos, you saw the way to text to pledge to get that thermometer to go up even higher. If you text to 56512, that's 56512, and if you just text Aurora and then a space, the amount you want to give, and your name. For example, Joe Smith there has graciously donated $500 to Aurora. So all it is Aurora space, the amount you want to give, and then your name, and we're going to get that thermometer to go even higher. It's a great organization. I can't support it enough. And I thank all of you for coming out to support it as well. Your support means a lot to the lives of these women and these girls in our community. And I'm just grateful to be a part of it. So thank you.
Thanks, Lee. And now we're going to hear from your host committee, our fabulously expanded host committee, who've all made videos about why they're stepping up for women and girls. It's really pretty fabulous.
Hello, I'm Eric George, and I'm the president of the Insurance Association of Connecticut. I'm honored to be a part of the Aurora Foundation. The Aurora Foundation needs all of our help and our support to do its amazing work. And that work is to enable women to avail themselves of opportunities and to support their advancement needs.
I'm the proud son of a single working mother who did not have the benefit of a college education, but believed enough in the power of education to help put my brother and I through college. I support Aurora to honor my mother and to countless women like her, and to help support the next generation of women and girls to achieve and exceed their educational, career, and family goals.
Hi, I've been asked to talk to you about why I support the Aurora Foundation for Women and Girls. One of the key reasons is the research that Aurora does and how that research impacts what Aurora does as an organization. Aurora has taken that platform and leveraged it to the present day in what is now the Equity Report, Essential Equity, Women, COVID-19, and Rebuilding Connecticut.
Good afternoon. I am Fire Chief Raul Ortiz of the New Britain Fire Department, and I'm here to advocate for the great work that is being done on behalf of the Aurora Women's and Girls Foundation. As a father of a young 24-year-old woman, it's important that we not only teach our daughters that any profession is attainable, but that we create avenues and supply necessary resources and support to make those dreams possible.
For my entire life, I have been informed and influenced by brilliant, strong women. I bet most of us can say the same. Let's keep working to empower young women to be business leaders, to be community leaders, and to give them the opportunities they so richly deserve.
Well, Aurora not only highlights, but also addresses those inequities right here in the greater Hartford area, helping young women unlock their potential, particularly through educational opportunities. Their efforts are spot on. Aurora's work is local and impactful.
And one of the programs that I find to be very interesting from the Aurora Foundation is the LEAD program, which is Leadership, Education, and Development, as it is assisting young women as they navigate the college life at the University of Hartford. We all know it is a difficult transition moving from high school to college.
Prioritizing research and data to get the best outcomes for women and girls in the greater Hartford takes the assumption out that these things don't happen to women at all, specifically low income and women of color. Having the data to back this up shows us where we are as a community and where we have to go to get to that true equality.
The Aurora Foundation does amazing work supporting women and girls in the greater Hartford community. This is a crucial time to offer your support, as Aurora's original research clearly shows the disproportionate effect the pandemic has had on the women in our community.
Supporting Aurora in its central mission to empower women and girls professionally in their educational and personal goals, and to provide an even playing field to enable them to excel at everything they do without limitations.
The work that Aurora does to provide educational support and life-changing opportunities makes an enormous impact on these women and girls, their families, and our community.
We know that educational attainment removes barriers and opens avenues that individuals may not have thought possible. That is why I support the great work of the Aurora Foundation for Women and Girls. The Foundation's focus on increasing educational access for women and girls has already impacted so many. We know that this is important for those helped, but equally important for our communities. Please join me in supporting the Aurora Foundation so that our daughters can realize their full potential. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Bilal Afalabi, and I'm a proud member of the 100 Men campaign for Aurora's Women and Girls Foundation locally here in Hartford, Connecticut. This initiative is near and dear to my heart. As an immigrant from Togo, Africa, raised by a single mother for the first half of my life, I understand the importance of this work. The importance of the work to make sure we're offering our women and our girls the opportunity to get a college education. It is extremely crucial. As of 2019, a full-time working woman on average earned 82% of what a man makes. Since the pandemic, that gap only widened. It is our responsibility as a community to do our part in closing that gap. Please join me as we do this important work. Strong women equals strong communities. Thank you.
All right. So what an amazing show of support for Aurora. We are so gratified and lucky to have so many community leaders stand up for us. I want to take a moment to thank Marie McNamara and Amber Anthony, who have provided fabulous staff support, and of course our co-chairs, Lee Hoffman and Jen Pennoyer. So while Marie is going to update and show us the thermometer, how our donations are going, I want to invite Vincent Williams, one of our fabulous host committee members, to share why I'm just looking for Vincent on the screen so I can highlight him, to share a little bit more. You saw him in the video about why he supports Aurora. Vincent, start talking and then I'll be able to find you.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Jenny.
There you are.
And Lee, like you said earlier, you're tough act to follow there. But I can do the best that I can. Typically, with me, it's twofold that I wanted to join the Aurora Foundation, and one of it was actually, to strive, what everyone, will want to strive for, and that's equality for all. And the second portion of that is that it actually hits close to home, because coming from a low income family, a mother without a college degree, I know how tough that is, and how the sacrifices that she had to make to better her children in general. And as a child, those are things you just don't forget. So I wanted to give back and help the Aurora Foundation, women in the greater Hartford area, and also just to be a role model for my daughter. And that's one of the main reasons that I joined.
Thanks so much, Vincent. We are so moved that and honored to have you as part of our host committee. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
So the thermometer is really moving up. So we are at $23,000 of our $30,000 goal, and we still have 100 days left to raise the rest. So spread the word. You'll be seeing all of the full length of all of those fabulous videos will be coming out on our social media in the coming weeks. So share them, be sure and like them. And we really, we're also running a little competition among the host committee members to see who can raise the most money. And we'll be sending out special shout outs about that too. So thank you so much for tuning in this morning. We are so lucky to have everybody. If any of the other host committee members want to say something, we actually are finished 3 minutes early. But also that's, putting everybody on the spot.
Thank you. I think, this is Marie, I think everything's coming in at the same time that we made the thermometer sort of crash a little bit, which is a good thing. We are heading up to the $24,000 mark. So thank you.
That is amazing. And look at all this. This is a really great turnout this morning. I can't thank you all enough for tuning in before what I'm sure are busy work days and getting everybody off to school. So just thank you all so much.
Thank you. Have a great morning.
Have a great morning, everybody.
Take care.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.